Hey yo, what is up guys? How are you guys doing today? I'm doing very good, thanks for asking. Today's video I'm going to be talking about my experience with RackaRacka. You know, the YouTube channel, have a link down below, even though I'm probably going to give them no subscribers and it's going to be no use to them. But I'm going to be linking them down below, and also link the video that I was there on the day that they were filming. So yeah, it's a pretty cool story in my opinion. Got to meet some big YouTubers that at the time, until I got home from the show, I didn't even know that they were a thing. So I probably had watched their Mortal Kombat video, but I didn't know that was their YouTube channel. So yeah. So let's start the story. I was sitting with my friend WWE fan BJ97, who also runs Pro Wrestling News with me. I was sitting with him backstage. It was the very first WWE Beatdown video that they had filmed, because there's been two, and this was the first one at the smaller place. Because my dad was one of the commentators there. You can see him. He's standing in a couple shots. He's a bit larger than most the other commentators, so yeah. But trust me, he's a ton of weight. Jeez. And he needs to brag about it to me. But so I'm sitting backstage with WWE fan BJ97, and we're both looking at and like whispering to each other. We're both pointing and looking at. I think it's Michael that does the Racka thing, that does Ron, and he's getting his face paint put on, and he has half of his, like a quarter maybe even, of his face paint put on. And then he stands up, because we're pointing and looking at him. So he stands up, and in his Ron voice he asked, "What are you looking at?" It's really hard to do that voice, it's really high-pitched. But yeah, he asked us, "What are you looking at?" Oh my god, I'm so cringy. But yeah, he asked us, "What are we looking at?" And we just shrugged our shoulders and said, "Nothing. That's not, we're not looking at nothing, nah." Obviously we were looking at him, but it was just really awkward. And then the next encounter with one of the guys from the Racka set, the guy that plays the banana in one of the videos, and he also plays the blue finger, and he's the guy with the electric powers in the new Racka videos. Gilmore. He was the announcer for that night, and he was pacing back and forth in this little area where they did the whole light tube spot outside. He was pacing back and forth in there before they had set up all the light tubes. And I said, "Are you okay?" And he said, "No, I am not." And then I just put my hands up and walked away, because he was pacing back and forth and breathing so heavily. I felt sorry for the guy. My next interaction with was actually Danny and Michael. There's a part on their Snapchat where they have this thing looking over the fence where all the fans are lined up, and they asked me how many people were out there, and I said a heap. And by the time they had taken the Snapchat video, right, the line had shrunk so much. It was hilarious. But yeah, I didn't know who these guys were, even though I was still shitting myself. Excuse my French, but I was so scared. But we didn't have any other interactments apart from, you can actually see me and BJ 97 fan 97, whatever his YouTube channel name. Why does he need to have such a weird YouTube channel name? I don't know. But yeah, there's this part where they're looking at the chunk that looks like a freaking golf ball has gone out of the side of his hip. And the guy that was in the sound room was telling everyone to back up. He's actually a wrestler, if you guys need to know. He's actually one of the wrestlers, and he was taking over for one of the guys that had gone home early, because everyone before me, because now I do lights and sound, but before then, It used to be wrestlers, so yeah, I do that job now. With all the fancy lights and make all the music play. But yeah, apart from that, we actually, me and WWE fan BJ97 had to clean up the light tube mess. And plus all the other stuff in the ring, so we had to sweep it all into that little area where they had the little light tube fight. And so we had to sweep that all up into piles and dump it all in without masks. So we were breathing in poisonous gases. My parents were not happy with that. But yeah, so we had to put all these light tubes. There were so many light tubes, so many, and there were so many little pieces we had to sweep up. We didn't even get paid to do it, so, but we did it because, and I also have a piece of one of the light tubes somewhere. Yeah, it's like a little memento from that night, I guess. Yeah. Well, and also one of the little, like, Macca things on Ron's cape. Yeah, or, like, jacket thing. Yeah, I have a piece of that, too, so, it was a really cool experience, though, meeting the guys. Actually, another thing, we actually met the dude that played Grandma. He was just, well, because the guys took off without him. Because they had to take, I don't know if it was Danny or Michael, I think it was Danny, to hospital because of the chunk missing out of his side. They had to take him off to hospital, so they left Grandma there, and yeah, it was, so I just sat down and talked to him for about 20 minutes, which he is also another wrestler from a different company that's not our company, so yeah, that's pretty much all I had experiences with. I know who played Grandpa. There's actually 2 different people who played Grandpa, if you guys needed to know, in the first and second matches. They're actual wrestlers, that's all I'm going to tell you. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I really hope you guys enjoyed this little tiny story. So yeah, I was there on the night of the first RackaRacka match. With the jumping off the balcony stuff, I was right there, right next to it. I was in that little crowd. There was like 400 people. Actually, I have another story. It was me and WWE fan BJ97 were coming to see the match. Like, we were like, because we had to run out from backstage. And it was like really scary because we didn't want to trip over on all of this, like, light tubes and stuff, so we had to maneuver our way through so then we didn't step on it, because stuff was everywhere, because they had so much stuff planned, and we had to run through, and we were at the door, right, and Manny was trying to get in. The people at the counter were like, we don't know if you're an actual member of the team, mate, so we can't let you in until someone confirms that, which, I said something. I actually said, yeah, he's a part of the team, I've seen videos, so they let him in, and he had to squeeze up into the balcony. I don't know how he did it, but they all squeezed up there, all the Racka guys all squeezed up there. It was hilarious. It was the funniest thing I've ever seen. Seeing all those Racka guys squeezed up there, but yeah. That's all of my stories from that night. I really hope you guys enjoyed. Subscribe, like, RackaRacka's channel will be linked down below, and also the fight video will be linked separately down below. Also, W and BJ97 will be linked down below. So yeah, really hope you guys liked the video, subscribe, comment down below what you thought, and yeah, really hope you guys will stick around. Peace.